Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. As promised, as far as the video I did yesterday, as far as song analysis, I'm going to do a series of these. And I ran across a song today that actually I've never heard before, but when I heard it, fell in love with it. And when I listened to it and mapped out the chord structure, I realized something, and that's why I'm doing this video because out of all the covers I've ever done, and I've done thousands of them, I mean literally thousands of them, I never ran into what I ran into in this particular song. And before I really get into it, I just want to talk about this came out in 1990. The name of the song is "Cuts You Up" by Peter Murphy. And I'm a real big fan of the 80s, early 90s music. I mean, that's when I kind of really got into writing, had some things charted, and it was just the perfect environment for me at that particular time in that particular era. Because synthesizers was coming into the forefront, and I love different sounds and just different sounds. I mean, that's why I'm a big fan of the keyboard because you could do so much with it as far as just beautiful soundscapes and beautiful piano patches and just some weird, unique things that you can't do, unfortunately, with the guitar. So when I ran into this song, like I said, the structure. But before I talk about the structure, just kind of want to touch on this as far as just that era. I noticed, the ushering of the new era coming in when the old era was going out because when the New Jack Swing came out in that era, which was I believe about early '90s, somewhere in the '90s, a lot of stuff that Teddy Riley didn't get credit and went unnoticed because I listen to music on a technical aspect as well as just the average listener and listener of music or love of music. And I'm listening to the drums. I'm listening to these different snares, the effects on the snares, the kicks, the percussions, and all that kind of thing. And then, unfortunately, when that era kind of went away and a new era ushered in, I really don't know what to call it. I think it's called hip hop. All that good stuff went away. All those beautiful snares was replaced with just a hand clap. And the hand clap sample in the drum machine is like, this is real weak to me. It's like, we went from great stuff to just now simple weak stuff. But that's just Morris Man's opinion. And, unfortunately, when you are a writer and part of the music industry, you're forced to kind of go with changes because nothing stays the same. It becomes a dinosaur if you stay with it. Because I remember during that era, Babyface was on fire as far as his productions, writing for other people and writing for himself. And to me, he was kind of I guess, a leader, pioneer as far as what he was doing. He was the man, so to speak. And it's kind of sad to see when changes come in and you're forced to make changes. And it's like you're a mirror of yourself because, like I said, during that time, Babyface was just on fire. And I think about 3 years ago, he released a song that sounded like poor imitation of music. And, it's one thing to have your own style and people emulate it, and then you go from that to being forced to kind of doing what everybody else is doing. And that's fine if you're 25 years old, but when you're in your 40s, it's just a sad sight to see because there was this one song, and I forgot the name of it because I should have wrote it down. He was kind of doing an imitation of music. And what I noticed, and it just dawned on me today as far as that sound, the music sound, because music has a tendency, and a lot of artists is doing the same thing like he was, genuine, where they space their words like, I seen you walking down the street the other day. Big gaps in the space instead of, singing it continuously. I seen you walking down the street the other day. I'm not a singer, but I'm just trying to make a point here. So, you know, so that's one reason why I kind of slowed down on doing a lot of production because people were asking me to do the kind of stuff that everybody else is doing. I'm like, I've really never followed anybody. I mean, I incorporate the styles and sounds of today in my stuff, but I'm not one of the people that kind of want to emulate a weak artist or a weak style of music, and again, I'm not disrespecting the current music or that music of that era. It's just that I came from an era where, Confunction, Rick James, The Temptations, you know, the Spinners, all these great songs and great compositions. Then you go from that to this. You know, you go from 7 chord songs to 2 3 chord songs. You know, it's like it's kind of we're digressing, not progressing. But on that note, let me get back to the matter at hand. So what's clever about this song is this. Uh, the main chords during the verse is C, D, and E. And I actually did a cover of it, and you can check it out. And then what it does is it actually reverses the chords. Cause let me give you a good example. Maybe you can hear this, maybe you can't. It's the progression is C, D, and E. So it's and right here, what they do is real clever. They switch up the chords and change the sequence, but it's the same chords. So now it's E, D, C, E, D, oops, E, D, yeah, E, yeah. They switch it around, and that's real clever. I've never seen a song do that. I mean, as many songs I've done, and I write the chords down when I'm learning it. I've never seen that, and that's real interesting, and it works real well. Because before I picked up the guitar, when I was just listening to it, when that changing of the chord sequence came in, it just sounded like a change. But it's like, man, they just flipped the chords around. Instead of doing C D E, they went E D C. So I thought that it was really pretty cool to that they did that, and I thought that it was worthy as far as me doing a video because I've never seen that before. That was very unique, and it was a very clever arrangement. So every now and then, like I said, I would do these song analysis, just to kind of point out certain cool things in these songs as far as arrangements. And this song is definitely in that vein where, it's just clever what they did. Cause like with Chic songs are extremely easy. If you're struggling with Chic songs, you got to go back to the woodshed. Cause I mean, it's usually Chic songs are just 3 chords. And what's clever about Chic and Ray Parker Jr., he does this also. The chords that are in the verse are the exact same chords that are in the chorus. The only difference is during the verse, they change the rhythm. And then during the chorus, there's another rhythm. It's the faster progression of rhythm. And like I said, Ray Parker Jr. does that too. Take the same chords and just change up the tempo of the chords, and it makes it sound like there's a different significant change going on when actually the only thing they're doing is changing up the rhythm of the same chords in the same sequence. And I think that's one reason why a lot of people kind of snubbed Chic back then as far as their writing abilities, because again, I was during the era where it was all these lavish arrangements and these different chord progressions, and it's like we're not doing that. We're just kind of changing up the rhythm, but it's the same chords. But on that note, I'm going to sign off. Like I said, I did a cover of this song. Click on the link, check it out. It's a real cool song. One of my favorite eras of music. So until next time, take care. Thanks for watching.